Geek Public Radio right here on geekpublicradio.com. My name is Topher, and with me as usual is Crazy Chris.
You can't make me.
I can too.
How are you, buddy?
I am not doing too bad at all.
Good. I'm
Little teapot.
So excited, dude.
And you just can't hide it.
I just can't hide it. Anyways,
This one's
demonetized. Right
all sort of demonetized, like all day long.
Man, I am. There's a lot of stuff going on, man. Obviously, we were discussing some trailers. We were looking at some stuff. IGN Fan Fest released some cool stuff to us.
IGN fan fiction.
IGN Fan Fiction. But realistically speaking, man, there's a game that's slated to come out. Just looking at it has got me extremely hyped, and for a variety of reasons, most of which is just because I'm a ridiculous type of person. So if you can give me a game that features some cool graphics, some cool strategy, but then throw in like a heavy amount of absolutely ridiculous. So that's why I'm a fan of Borderlands, really, because it's a super fun game, but God, it's ridiculous. It's
right.
It's so ridiculous. It is like the dumbest thing ever.
I mean, it had a unique art style too.
Yeah, the cell shaded graphics at the time, and then that they haven't moved away from that even in the modern era makes me extremely happy. But a game was announced at IGN Fan Fest, and I just happened to stumble across it because I wasn't even watching the Fan Fest. I probably should have, but
yeah, that was something we probably should like look at seeing. Like
we should probably start paying attention when these things come out,
so we're not blindsided, and we can just sit here and do a live while they're doing.
Yeah, it'd be great. I would like streaming on Kick and stuff like that. But yeah. So this particular game is a real time strategy game. Looks like it has some third person elements to it. But that's not the big thing about this game, actually. It's called Kingmakers, but I'm just going to let the trailer play because it speaks for itself, guys. Get ready to be excited. Hopefully as much as I am.
We don't know where he came from, but I'll tell you, he built our village into a city.
Look at that. I love it. It's gorgeous.
See, I like building stuff.
Yeah.
Who grew us into an empire. I don't know where he's from. But if you think you can stop him,
Detroit.
You're already dead.
See, Detroit.
Look at it. It's so ridiculous.
How come that looks like a Toyota?
It is a Toyota. It's a Toyota. It looks like just shotgunning people. This is the freaking grenades. This is so dumb. I'm so excited. Looks like you can kill the horses, which is a huge part of medieval strategy. The sniper rifle. Like, just, this is unfair. The grenade launcher. This is so ridiculous, dude. Flee before me, peasants. Flee before me. And you can command your troops. So it looks like it's an RTS where you can command, build, then engage in skirmish. And then once you give your commands, you can switch to third person. The Apache. Get out, dude.
He gave our people a future. I hope he can save his own.
I mean, we've all had, like, oh, this battle would have been so different if we could go back in with guns.
Yeah. Just looks exceptional. I'm sorry, it's generic too. Like, that's the thing. Like, there wasn't anything like super. I'm sure there's probably a character creation mode. I'd be willing to bet. But yeah, like, there's nothing exceptional about what it was. I mean, it wasn't groundbreaking graphics. It wasn't anything like story related. Although story wise, I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, story wise.
Story wise. So we need to stream, and immediately when we stream, we have to blast that the entire stream. Like, that just has to be playing the entire time. But yeah, so it looks like you're some type of person from the future, some type of future. Looks like far in the future, where you go back in time and you get to manipulate historical events. or historical battles in the minimum, but like just judging by the narration at the beginning. I mean, I'm excited for the story. I'm sure it'll be cool, but I'm really just excited to build a bunch of soldiers in a kingdom. And then
You just want to stand up there and yell, "Oh, this is my boomstick."
I do.
Any
So bad.
medieval primates even touches me.
I cannot wait. But yeah, extremely Evil Dead type vibes.
It's literally Back to the Future meets Evil Dead.
Yeah, and I'm wondering, by the way, with the Kingmakers thing, because that truck was clearly in some kind of post-apocalyptic
Right,
type
and
of
he,
world,
and then he
came
like pops
into
back,
time.
and it's like different.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if it's something if you can control, or if that's different elements of the story. Like you don't only go back to medieval times, but that does look like a big part of the strategy building. So I'm gonna guess it's probably the main focal point, but maybe you go to other
Like
eras. And
what
you have
I'm
to,
going to do is invent gunpowder in Europe, like
400 years before it was invented.
right.
So
And guess what? The
blurb-
Irish aren't going to get conquered this time.
The blurb on Steam is go back in time to a war-torn medieval era with a vast arsenal of modern weapons, change the course of history, and save the future in this epic action/strategy sandbox. Build your kingdom, grab a gun, and lead an army of thousands into massive real-time simulated battles. And this is one of my more important things I don't want to focus: solo or co-op. I can bring a friend and we can kill everything. Just absolutely ridiculous, man. This is from Tiny Build. The Tiny Build the publishers, they are known for games. Speaking of which, they got a giant sale on Steam right now. Level Zero, Rhythm Sprout, Pigeon Simulator, Secret Neighbor, which is all from their Hello Neighbors, by the way. The Graveyard Keepers, Little Guardsman, and then they got a horror game called Return to Northberry Grove.
Well, here it says that Redemption Road Games is a part of it.
This is a part of the Redemption Road site? Oh.
Yeah. So it's like Redemption Road Games states Kingmakers armies are fully simulated by next generation multi-thread AI. This allows them to execute advanced pathfinding, decision making, and even a loyalty system with a procedurally generated animated system helping bring the mobs to life. Kingmakers also feature co-op with up to 3 other players.
Oh, bro, so it's 4-player? Let's go.
Each ally commands their own army to work together to topple enemy fortresses or defend friendly strongholds.
I'm sold.
Redemption.
You had me at Back in Time with guns.
Redemption Road states in an X post that has been working on Kingmakers for the last 5 years. It looks wild and certainly refreshing concept. Hopefully it's fun as it looks, and we'll find out when it launches on PC via stream sometime this year.
Yep. 2024. It's not out yet. It will be coming out at some point, but I'm ecstatic. Bro, I'm seriously. Like, it looks fun as shit. Wild. Like, I mean, the description was great. It looks wild. Like, back in time with guns in the medieval era. Like, let's go.
Back in time.
What about you, man? Are you going to play this with me?
I'm confused. Like, yeah, I want to see how it plays, but I'm just confused how it pops between the builder versus army control versus third-person shooter. Like,
well, I think so. It looks as though it's probably, I would say, it's storyboarded more than likely, where you have periods of time in between skirmishes where you have to build your kingdom.
right. Well, I'm just saying, like, looking at the
way
trailer.
I'm thinking about it, like, by the way, so this is kind of in my brain how I picture it. Picture StarCraft with the ability to switch to third person.
Right, I was
to
about
control
say,
your hero.
Right, but that's what I was saying was like, so you build out and do all of this stuff, then things come in, but it literally shows you going from I'm fighting to popping out and you controlling and saying, you go here, you go here, you go do this, and then popping back in and fighting.
So it looks like it's like an order based element where you gotta, so you send your soldiers to specific areas.
I'm old and it's confusing.
Warhammer 30K has a similar thing. Like Warhammer 30K does where you have like control of your heroes. You can actually control just your hero, but you give them orders. You can zoom out, give your troops orders, tell them to go to specific points, capture certain points. Hey, focus on this enemy, focus on these groups of enemies, whatever. And then your troops will go and do that. Then you can maneuver where you got to go and like kill the big hero.
Like I said, my interest is piqued, but it just seems a little confusing.
Well, you're just being a dour Danny pants.
No.
Dour Danny dour pants.
No, I mean, like I said, that's the one thing that I look at. Like, game could look awesome. It could have a cool, like concept behind it and look gorgeous.
Yeah.
But it has weird mechanics and makes it awkward to play. That's all I'm saying is like I want to make sure that I would like to look and see how the mechanics work.
That's fair.
But it looks great. It has a cool concept.
And
I
honestly,
just hope the mechanics don't.
It's pretty original. I can't think of any games top of my head that have a mechanic similar to that. I mean, Assassin's Creed, I guess.
Where you're going back and forth to time, but you're not actually like. Because if you deviate from the timeline,
we're desyncing the timeline.
Then you desync and get kicked out.
I'm excited, man. I think it'll be great. Let us know, guys, what you think in the comment section below. Be sure to follow us on all the social media platforms and subscribe. And then of course, wherever you guys get your podcasts, make sure you guys, rate us 5 stars, do all that cool stuff, man. It's people like you that keep us going, that keep us moving, keep us, from driving ourselves crazy. But
totally.
Yeah. On that note,
I'm Topher.
I am Crazy Chris.
We'll see you guys in the next video.
Don't be a booty.